What's up everybody, Venom here with another quick guide on the best Obol farm that I could possibly find. And if you don't know what Obols are, let me explain just a little bit on what they are and how to use them. So Obols are a currency that you will collect in Diablo 4 that can be used at the Purveyor of Curiosities, which can be found in the main city of each region in Diablo 4. And if you like gambling, then this is gonna be for you. Basically, you're gonna exchange Obols with the gambler vendor, who is the Purveyor of Curiosities, and he's gonna give you either unidentified items or you can get a Whispering Key. Now, this is where the gambling comes into play. You can get anything from a common quality item to a legendary item, but you're not gonna know what you get until you purchase it from that vendor. Now, not only can you purchase the gear from the Curiosities vendor, you can also get those Whispering Keys that I mentioned before. Now, these are used to unlock silent chests that are just kind of scattered all around the different regions, and they're going to contain just random amounts of loot that typically come with a good rarity level. Now, personally, I went for the keys because I travel around the world a lot doing different events and things like that, so I always wanted to keep a few keys with me in case I came across one of those silent chests, which I also recommend you do for this method of collecting Obols, and here's why. This farming method is going to take you all over the different regions and zones in Diablo 4. Now, these events are marked with a circular orange marker that can either be seen on your minimap when you get close to one, or you can see them on the world map if you happen to be far away. They do have a pretty short respawn time, so you'll be able to complete a lot of them per day or per hour if you so choose, and all you need to do to start the event is run anywhere within the bounds of that orange circle marker that I mentioned earlier. Now, since these are world events, other players can start them before you get there, so if you see an orange circle on your map, I would definitely suggest running there as quickly as you can in order to get there before the other players finish that event. Every event has both a main objective and a mastery objective. When you complete the main objective, you're going to get gold, experience, and a greater radiant chest, which will give crafting materials, gems, and murmuring obols. Completing that mastery objective will increase the number of murmuring obols that drop from the chest, so I definitely recommend doing your best to complete both objectives to make the most out of your time while farming these obols. It is also worth mentioning that these are timed events, so you have to be able to complete these objectives within a designated time frame. Usually it's anywhere between 2 and 4 minutes to complete each event. But with that being said, it can vary, so take your time, down the enemies, and do the best that you can to complete both of those objectives to make the most out of your time and grab as many obols as possible per event. Now, every event is going to have a range of enemies that spawn for the event. Let's take the Caravan Under Siege event, for example. You have to keep the survivors alive for at least 1 minute and 15 seconds. Monsters are going to spawn all around the caravan and start attacking these survivors, and you're going to want to kill them as quickly as possible. An elite will spawn when the timer runs out, and you're going to kill that elite in order to complete the event. Now, people are going to wonder, are there specific classes that do better at these events than others? And the answer is no. Every class can complete these events just as quickly as any other class. The only thing that I will say is having a rogue or a sorcerer that can teleport or dash. It makes it easier to get to and from each event, and it'll cut down your time for travel, but realistically, that's the only difference. So there's not a precise build that you need on any specific character or anything like that. Just find these events, complete them, and move on to the next, and repeat. I do suggest using those Whispering Keys as you go if you find silent chests, so while you're running from event to event, maybe scour those wide open areas to the sides and try to get as many of the chests as you can. Obviously, they're random spawns, so there's no way to really track those at this point, but if you see one, or if you want to just take the time to run on a little detour as you're going to the next event to look for those chests, I highly suggest doing that just so that you can make the most of your time while running around in the world of Diablo. And that's gonna do it for this guide. If you like the video, then like the video. And if you like my content in general, then subscribe to my channel. I hope that this guide was at least a little bit helpful to get you on track to collecting obols. And while it is a lot of running around and farming, it's pretty mindless. So maybe putting on a movie or listening to some music while you run and do these events can help make it a little easier for you, but I don't mind it because I thoroughly enjoy killing things that run around randomly in the world, so this was no trouble for me at all. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!